Tonight, from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. We'll see Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers taking on Ryan Tannehill and the Tennessee Titans.
Snow and Lambeau, Coach. Something about that combo that just works, like peanut butter and jelly. And we've got half a foot of the white stuff and still coming down here in Green Bay. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay. And this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Now it's Adam Humphries on the return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. On the return. The Titans set to take over behind their quarterback, Ryan Tannehill.
Not only did Ryan Tannehill resurrect his career in 2019, he may now serve as a blueprint for quarterbacks looking for a second opportunity. He moved from Miami to Tennessee, took over the starting job for Marcus Mariota in Week 7 last year, and wound up leading the NFL in quarterback rating. And the Titans went 8-3 in his 11 starts, snuck into the playoffs, and went to the AFC Championship game. His future is bright in Nashville, and he expects to be the starter there for many years to come.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Brought down. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 12 carries, 74 yards.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working, and they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Adrian Amos.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Packers' 46-yard line.
On second down now. It's Henry. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. Tannehill to his top target, Brown, for a Tennessee first.
First down.
Nice job keeping that opening drive alive. And they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big time pickup for them. And now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Tannehill. He's got Smith here. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. 1st and goal from just inside the 5. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. So whatever they said appears to have worked. Here we go with the Packer offense, guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way.
A lot of people thought the Packers might struggle a bit in 2019, but that was not the case. 13 wins, a trip to the NFC Championship game, and they were led by their quarterback Aaron Rodgers, who led their team to a Super Bowl title after the 2010 season, and many thought that was the first of what would be many with the football. 26 touchdown passes last year and just 4 interceptions. He knows how to get it downfield and still take care of it as well.
And now some motion before the snap, and this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Well, throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
It's a gain of 8.
Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, here's Green Bay's 3rd-year punter, J.K. Scott. Back deep, Adoree Jackson. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And it'll be Titan football. Derrick Henry and the rest of the Titans offense about ready to roll again. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
1st and goal.
A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. So 2nd and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was that. And what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Packers take over 1st and 10.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
If they open things up, let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory.
He's across
the numbers on the ground for Jones last week. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Packers are back within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Oh, well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Now, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score.
Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Here's Humphries. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Is on the return. The Titans take over.
Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure...
The Titans offense set to begin the drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes? He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
7 on the play.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. A give to Henry. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
14. Packers 7.
Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there. No rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer 1st down.
A nice performance last week. Recognized as NFC Player of the Week after going over 100 yards rushing. I just love the vision. I love the wiggle he has. I also love the power when he ends his runs.
That's what impressed me. Yes, there was some elusiveness last week. A couple times he just ran over guys.
He was brought down.
Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
Yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Titans 14. Packers 7.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And the 13-year man puts it through, but hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And this will go out of bounds, so they will lose yards on the play. And on 4th down, of course, it'll be a turnover on downs. So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers sacked.
Well, this is what happened. When you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes.
Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Now this one complete to Corey Davis. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
To Corey Davis.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the 50, it's Tannehill. Uncorks one for Davis. Open man is Davis. He's got it for the Tennessee touchdown.
Number 84, Corey
Corey Davis, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans get the quick strike touchdown. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
22-yard line.
Working from the gun, Rodgers eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And Tate's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
At the 42-yard line.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Brings up
ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers. This complete to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there. 1st down. And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain him.
And watching him plays like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it in front, turn it into a big gain, run past you, and then uses his size and his physical abilities to keep you away from the football. Hard to defend this guy.
Reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He'll rifle this one deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That's one heck of a 3rd down conversion, a pickup of 39. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. So offensively on this drive, 2 of 2 on 3rd downs, and now they face a 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A.J. Dillon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Now Crosby for the point after. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was A.J. Dillon who capped it off with a touchdown run.
For Green Bay.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the gun, here's Tannehill. He gets it to Humphries. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Titans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He may try and run for this. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And the busy night for Henry continues. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. 8 yards to go on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. Got him in. It's Brown. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 44-yard line.
18 on the play.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now a handoff to Henry. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
He's brought down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Tannehill. This will be caught by Brown. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 27-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. First down carry for Henry. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
To Derrick Henry.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. Now, a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver there was Jonnu Smith, and it's 3rd and short.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. Tannehill going to throw on 3rd and 1. Got a man, and It's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Jonnu Smith, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From the 6. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space.
It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers are back within a score. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today is track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far. Fun to watch.
21. Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Tannehill. It's caught. Smith. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. And it's complete. Henry. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
8-yard pickup.
Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. On first down, Henry. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. It'll be a gain of 3 on what should be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath, as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. Halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start by heading out west. State Farm Stadium in Glendale, where it was the visiting Niners who are able to come away with the road victory. Jimmy Garoppolo, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Carolina Panthers. 20-17, your final. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football to wrap up the week between the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. In our game has been Ryan Tannehill, who's had the hot hand in the first half. He's thrown for over 2.
Not too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Aaron Jones, the ball carrier.
Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk. That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Again, it's Henry. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Running jet sweep here, Humphries. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll try the air now with Tannehill. Quick slant to Brown. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Ball carrier.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
That keeps the score Titans 28.
So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Delayed game, offense.
What was that run? But I can't go.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. After the penalty, it's Jones. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Brings up 3rd and 12.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. They'll roll him out right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Tannehill throwing complete to Davis. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard
from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
1st down.
Oh, it's a jet sweep. Here's Davis. And he'll get this only up to about the 35.
Receiver, the ball carrier.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
And now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
He dumps it off for Henry. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
1st down, Tennessee.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45.
He was brought down.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Tannehill. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Completes it to Davis. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
10 at the 33-yard line.
They'll run it with Jones. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
Rodgers with the handoff.
Daquan Jones in on the tackle there.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down, Dillon. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
3rd and 7.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
That's good for a Green Bay.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
55, Mike, 55. Get him, get him, get him.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Brought down just shy of the goal line.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A 10-play drive that time. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
You're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about?
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The safety, Adrian Amos, comes crashing in for the sack. That didn't appear to be a designed safety blitz. I think he was just going off instinct.
I love the way you described that because I'm thinking along with you. I'm not sure that was designed that way, but he saw an opportunity, gambled a little bit, and made it pay off.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 6. And it's third down.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. You thought we'd see pressure. You weren't kidding.
Yeah, I thought that they'd be very aggressive in that type of a situation. And that's what they call getting home, because home is where the quarterback is.
And where the heart is.
And that heart just got shattered in 1,000 pieces.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? So he's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 41, Rodgers looking deep for Adams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 7. It's caught. Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Packers have taken the lead.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers to the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly played that way. The 4th quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
Mason Crosby to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Titans set and ready to go on offense. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Brings up 2nd.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The Titans on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Tannehill. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
Oh, the return is Irvin. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Again, it's Jones. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
Maybe the old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's going to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
On 2nd down now, Dillon. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 7 yards the pickup. 1st down, Green Bay.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, He's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
At the 36-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break. Offensively with 1:56 to go. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. 2nd down and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Jones down right around the 25. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Back to throw, Rodgers. Forced out to his left. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
Incomplete.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Tannehill now to throw. And this one's complete to Smith. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. From the gun, here's Tannehill.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. He'll look to throw. Goes underneath for Henry. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Clock rolling here, about to hit 30 seconds.
2nd and 4.
He's got Smith here. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. He's back to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Now it's Tannehill. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it. Go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Well, win it right now. Have the momentum. Go ahead and get it done.
So now this will be, in all likelihood, to force overtime. And he has got it. So barring something crazy on the kickoff, we're looking at an extra period to decide this one. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. From the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Packers take over first.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 30.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. First throw in overtime for Tannehill. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. 3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
What can Rodgers do now with his drive? Being chased out left. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to 1st.
Good for a Green Bay Packer. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On 1st down, Rodgers drops it to Jones in the flat. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They give to Dillon out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there.
Ball carrier.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Titans' 45-yard line.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But, partner, look where the ball's being placed now. They're deep in the red zone, which to me, that opens up their options because they can run the field goal kicker out there right now, or they can decide to run a play and put it into the perfect position he might require in order to make the game-winning kick.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now Jones. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
Touchdown, Packers. In overtime.
Great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Packers, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears.